Hello, hello, everyone. As usual, and as every Wednesday, we have my lovely coach, Radha. Hi, Radha.
Hi, how are you doing, Mariam?
Great. And you?
Fabulous.
As usual. Okay. I'm so lucky to having you every week to speak with you and chat with you because it's really give me more power to go.
Oh, thank you.
You're very
Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you.
What is our topic this week?
Okay, so I know we've talked about this topic before, multiple times it's come up, but I find it's a reminder we need every time because I need that reminder consistently too. So I think everyone needs this reminder, and some might not even be aware of this. So the question I want to ask is, and the topic is going to be, do we want to live a heart-centered life? Or do we want to live, and I like the smile coming on Miriam's face, or do we want to live a mind-centered life? And see how see
Shift.
the difference, the shift, right?
Yeah.
I want to ask you.
The second one. For sure, the second one, not the heart.
Heart-centered, right? Heart-centered. But
Heart center.
yeah,
Okay, the
heart.
first one, yes, heart.
Yeah, heart-centered. So have we not been programmed or um, told from young age, don't listen to your heart?
Yes. Oh, my mom told me you have to
Uh-huh.
think about in
Uh-huh.
your mind, not in your heart.
Don't go into your heart. It's gonna hurt you.
Yeah,
Don't
big
go
time.
into your heart. Heart doesn't know. Are you kidding me? Think. Use your mind. This. Don't feel. Doesn't know.
Mhm.
I just wanted to let go of all of that energy.
Yeah,
Let's breathe it out. Let's just clear out from our energy.
yeah,
That is not true. That is not true. Because again, we've discussed this multiple times. Our just our mind, if we're leaving this to dictate what is it going to give us? What we know, right?
yeah,
And our mind does what? Protect us, right?
yeah. It's a
So if
provision.
I'm, yeah, so if our
Provision.
mind knows that we've had this, what is it going to do? Protect us, right?
Yeah. It's like a
So,
siren inside us.
oh, alert,
Stop,
alert, alert,
stop,
alert. So
stop.
do we want to live from the alert mode?
For sure, no.
But what's happened is if we don't have the awareness, because I did not, because we were told, don't go there. You go, you're feeling and you're too emotional.
Yeah,
Think. So what it is, but what's happening is this is life, is what we feel. I've talked about it. The hormone chemicals, whatever, gets released.
mm,
It's coming from your physical body. That's going to get you motivated and all of that, right?
mm.
And heart, these are scientific proven, and forget about science proven. We know, and I'm going to do like a quick practice for everybody to see it, feel it, right? When we come into heart center, what happens? And what happens when we actually don't even have to do much? When I said heart centered, Miriam, what happened to you?
I feel like I'm have energy from my heart.
Yeah,
This is everyone would like to be have the energy, the pleasure, the everything.
because the feelings are all
Yeah.
coming from here. So the
Okay.
pleasure and everything's coming from your heart.
Yes,
Heart is feeling, mind is thinking. You think it, but then you need to come into your heart.
yes.
Thinking is only when you decide. So when you want to create, you decide, okay, I want to using this. I want to have an amazing day today. Now you got to feel it in your heart, right? But if you just say, I want this and that, but you don't know what's going on behind your physical body. How many times, and
Yes.
we've talked about this, when I say to people, even like in my college when I'm teaching students, to anyone I'm working with, even me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, Radha, Reddy, the coach Radha, Reddy, you say you want to create this, 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 this. Why isn't it in your life yet? And then I would stop for a second. Okay, what do I believe? What do I feel in my body when I think about wanting that? And then I feel this awful, awful heaviness or fear comes up. Actual physical body.
Yes.
I'll feel heavy. And whenever I ask someone, I'm like, great. Is that what you want? Okay. Just for a second, slow down and feel your body. And they go, ooh, I feel a knot in my stomach.
Mm.
Or I feel a heaviness in my shoulder. Or like heaviness on my in my heart. Or my legs. Oh my God, I feel heavy in my legs. And then, oh, what is that emotion? What do you think you're actually feeling when you think about it? Let's talk about money. I want to make money. I've always wanted it. I want money. I need money, right? Okay. What is the story? And how do you feel? Oh, I don't feel good about it. Okay, what's the story behind it? Because
Yeah.
in your mind, if you use your mind to create money, what is the story your mind has been telling you? I don't have enough because that's how I grew up.
Yes.
I don't have enough. Money's not good. If I make more money, people are gonna wonder, oh, what is that person doing? How are they getting money? Because depending on the story, people lie or cheat to get money, right? Or only lucky people will have more money. If
Mm.
you're born in a family, and that is true, that is true. If you're born in a family that has money, you will because you have no fear against money.
Yeah, because you have the energy about the money that you
Yeah.
believe in money. Okay. You have enough of money.
Then you don't have to worry about
Yeah.
and why do we say rich get richer? Why? They don't feel
Fear about the money.
fear about the money.
Yeah.
And you notice when people are growing in business because they do have some sort of backup.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, partner, they have a job or something. But when they're on their own or they don't have any wanting to expand a business, they can't because that fear is there.
Yeah.
But if you have a little bit, then you're like, okay, I'm good. So then you can actually build from it,
Yes.
right? But the thing is, you can still build from having nothing.
If you have the awareness about it. If you don't have the
Exactly.
fears. Okay. If you
Feeling.
think and feel. Yeah. Alignment.
Yes. But there's always something you might still have. I'm not sure about you. I've heard of like a lot of podcasts. And these are famous people who are actually literally homeless.
Mm.
And when someone shared these information with them and they started to feel the gratitude in their heart, the reason they continued to be in that state is because what they were thinking.
Mm.
And they went from being homeless to being millionaires.
Yeah, I believe in that. Yeah, everything you want, you get it if you can like feel it and think about it
Yes, because your
without the
mind is only
manipulation.
going to give you what you feel, what it knows.
This is what happened to me when I started my business. I feel like I like this business. I believe in this business in my mind, okay? But when I stuck a little bit in my business, I start to search about what the reason is. With your session and everything, I discovered that my relationship with the money wasn't great because I came like from maybe middle class family and always like work, and sometimes my dad never worked and always was scared about not having enough money.
Yeah,
All these, it's really affect my process in my business.
yeah,
When I start to clean up all this mess
yeah.
inside me, inside my mindset, inside my feeling, Okay, I know that I'm doing great. I believe, but something inside me guides me to go forward. Okay.
Because yeah, it's your mind. Because if you're not fully always, that's why remember I keep saying stay in the present moment, open your heart,
Yeah.
right? Because
Yeah.
it happens to me too. When I'm not consistently opening my heart and my mind has gone somewhere else, those belief systems come up. So those are just basically belief systems. How many times I asked him, like, okay, Mariam, are you open to receive?
Yes. Yes.
I've asked you, what is the story? And you're like, no, 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 I'm happy. What is the story that your mind is saying in the background? I've had worked with so many people where I got them to, they're like, no, no, no. I'm like, take out the pen and paper, start writing. What is your mind trying to tell you? And it says, oh, well, this. They're not doing this, so they're not doing this. And I'm like, okay, now how do you think you can
Do you know what? We try to pretend that we are okay, but because we don't have
ask from here?
awareness, yeah, uh, because we don't have the awareness that we have to test our feelings, what we are feeling right now. I
Yeah.
had the same situation as other people because
Mhm.
always we think with this.
Because that's what we were told.
We don't,
Intellect.
yes, we don't ask ourselves what our feeling right now, what I feel. Feel bad, I
Mhm,
feel good.
mhm, mhm. The emotional intelligence part. I've said it before. Don't go by IQ, the intellect intelligence. Don't go by that, guys. But when you come into your heart, then you create, then you're connecting to your mind, but you're connecting to your present conscious mind.
Yeah,
You, you who's in charge, and that you want to call it whatever. You want to call it soul, spirit,
yeah.
awareness, whatever it is. But you want to connect to your heart space. You want to know what you feel
Mm.
in order to be able to create. The other example would be relationships. So home, I'm a good example of it, but how many times we're like, okay, I want to have a relationship, blah, blah, blah. But then I don't, like as a woman, all men cheat. I don't want to be with a man who's going to abuse me.
Yeah.
I don't, another thing we do is I don't want that. I don't want that. And how do you feel about relationship? Like with me, I had said no relating to relationships long time ago.
Mm.
And then wondering why I keep attracting
The same people, the same.
unemotional, not emotionally available partners.
Yes.
So I do that too. I'm like, okay. And then I stopped it, cut off. I'm like, yeah, but this is part of life. Like I do want to have that relationship. That means I need to, okay, how do I feel about relationships now? So I had to work on that. Right? So it's the same thing. So coming into heart space, because the minute you say, well, yeah, okay, I'm ready for relationships, like intimate relationship with a partner. But how are you feeling inside? So when you come to heart space, you're like, okay, let's work through it. So that's when now the next part I wanted to share was, okay, open your heart up. And that is scary. A lot of people don't want to do that because the mind, the reason also we only think with mind, because the mind's job is to keep us away from pain.
Yeah.
And when we get in a heart space, it's going to hurt a little bit. It's feelings. But it's okay to hurt because we need that. We need that both balance, right? So it's not hurting, but if you just stay in there for a few minutes and let those emotions come up. But if you do that every time something has happened, it's not so big. But when we hold our feelings in, we don't express our feelings, then it is huge. So coming into your heart space and feeling it for a bit, okay, how does having lots of money feel like? Right? Money is
Sure.
energy. Money is
Gorgeous.
energy.
I know.
Right? It's exchange.
Yeah.
It's exchange. It's just like love.
Yeah.
So it's an exchange. We're exchanging. And we need that.
Yeah.
If we're not exchanging, we're holding on, or if we don't think that we should not have it or we don't have enough, we're not exchanging. So just like The smile in exchange. If I smile at you, automatically, right? That comes. So when you feel love in your heart, it is going to bring whatever you want.
Yeah.
That's how it works. It's magnet. So what your heart is, an electromagnetic field, right? From internal your heart, it just comes out. So what you feel is what you're going to attract back.
Yeah.
So then this is when everyone needs to ask, okay, so let me do an inventory. I always say do inventory in your life. When it comes to finances, business, work, money, what is my actual feeling here? Do I feel at ease? So ask yourself, how do I feel when it comes to money? How do I feel about running a business? How do I feel about doing this job? Feel it in your, does it, the difference is this feel heavy or does it feel light?
Mm.
If it feels light, like for example, if you don't know the difference, think of something that gives you that love feeling. When I say to Mariam, imagine her son being put on her chest the first day. This is what I get from her.
Yeah.
And with everyone, I had someone the other day was asking different things, and I said, just anything. And I said, food. And she just started to
Oh, she
like
likes
you,
food.
right?
Yeah.
Food. Like I used to do that. I'm like, okay, think of something right now, Radha. That's gonna give you that. Okay, I love delicious mangoes, Fijian mangoes, and then my that's love, guys. That feeling that you get in your heart if you look at this beautiful dog coming towards you, shaking and wanting to play with you. What do you feel?
Yeah.
If you don't want to, if maybe your kids now grown up, they annoy you, so you don't want to think about that. But think about the day when they were put, or an innocent little baby smiling at you.
Yeah. The best moment.
What about sunset?
Yeah.
What about having that? Maybe some don't like ice cream, but having that ice cream walking on the beach.
Strawberry ice cream.
Sun,
Mm.
on a sunset, when sun is setting, you're walking on the beach, right?
Yeah.
That is that feeling. So if you bring that feeling into your heart for a second, now think about money.
Yeah.
It's the same feeling. Now think about it. Now think about that relationship. Now think about having that partner in your life. And then now, because now that's a feeling that's going to attract. What do you want? So more or less, we want to live heart-centered. Without going too much in detail, I know I shared a post the other day relating to how I was able to shift things. So this is consistent with me.
Mm.
Where someone was in a state where,
Mm.
and I took it as a challenge. I literally said, I'm giving myself, and I continuously do this, professional life, personal life. I take it as a challenge and I'm going to shift them. And I swear, works like a magic because guess what? Before I come in front of that person, I direct my heart to open up. And then I just imagine that person from that place of love.
Yeah.
Because when you come into your heart space and see everyone from a place of love, no judgment. Because when you come into your heart, there's no judgment. Judgment is coming from where?
Mind.
So the minute you come in your heart space, your relationships will change because now you see that person from empathy and compassion from your love, from your heart.
Mm.
Because remember, everybody's hurt, wounded,
Mm.
and that's what I see. If someone's treating me a certain way, I'm like, okay, I know where they're coming from. So once I get to know, sometimes I am thrown off because all of a sudden I'm not prepared and someone comes my way who's in that energy, I don't get really affected, but maybe for a second, then I catch myself. Now I come prepared.
Mm.
So the next time I know if I'm going to be dealing with this person, I come fully prepared where I come into my heart space, see them from that space before I even interact with them.
Yeah.
And that changes and that shifts. It's It's a given.
Mm.
It's a given. I don't think there's ever been a time that no, they don't. It might take sometimes longer, but then again, it depends how you're feeling. But if you keep coming to your heart space and you see that situation, even situations will change, and you see that person from here, not here, because here is all judgment. And this is going by past experiences. And it probably has nothing to do with that person because you've been treated that way by someone, or that someone probably looks like that person or behaves like that person. So your mind is going to start to judge. So what you do, or that person, like in my case, most of the time is because they're coming from their experiences. So they think of me that way.
Mm.
But the minute I am fully heart open, they can't, their nervous system can't reject me.
Yes,
All of a sudden, basically, so few things happen, people disappear, and that's okay.
it's better.
Yeah. They probably, because they can't match your energy, they might leave.
Yeah, it's better.
But some, they have to because they're in a situation, they need you.
Mm.
Then the energy starts to match.
Mm.
That's when they realize they don't even know what's happening. They have no clue. Their nervous system just balances with your nervous system, your energy. It literally is a science biology, guys.
Mm.
So our nervous systems are always going to try and match the energy to keep us safe. So it is going to try and match. So if you have that love energy feeling safe, the person in front of you is going to match because love always wins. There is the only one energy that has created us. You as a mother create from what? Love, right? So there you go. So there is just that love energy. So if you come from that heart center, from the love, people will match to you, or their nervous system will be, because they're not even aware what's happening. A lot of time people they have no clue what happened. They just come to the way you are. Or they will go. So choose, decide. First of all, I direct my heart to open up. Simple, I always say,
Mm.
take the breath, go into your heart space, and then say, I choose whatever you want to choose. I choose happiness. I choose peace. Choose love. I choose money. I choose abundance. I choose great health. I choose harmony in my relationships.
I think all of these.
All of the above. F or Z, whatever.
A to
Everything in that
Z.
list. Huh?
From A to Z, I need everything.
All of the
In my-
above,
Yeah.
all of the amazing emotions, all of the amazing things in the life. Yeah, basically it. But if you say the word, I choose happiness, it actually literally changes that hormones, chemicals in your body. I choose love. And another thing, this is huge, huge. One thing, everyone needs to say, I choose me.
Choose myself first.
Yeah, because that's what we forget.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on that note, wishing everyone amazing day, week, and get into your heart space. Please live a heart-centered life, not a mind-centered heart, and then connect to your mind. And then the rest will fall in place.
Thank you so much, Radha. It's really
Welcome.
nice. We need it. We need this reminder every week, to be honest with you.
And that's why a lot of my posts also sometimes ends up being the similar things. Maybe I say differently. It all comes down to one thing, but I'm like, it is a reminder because I know it's a reminder for me every day.
Yeah.
Because, hey, I'm not some saint or anything. I could be for 1 hour maybe. But the mind will come up. But I just know, I say, this is what I say to myself, Miss Reddy, where's your mind at? I do.
I
I
do.
would say, I'm like, as soon as I start to something weird is happening around me, where's your mind at, Miss Reddy? Come back to your heart space.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you so much, guys, and see you next week. Bye-bye. Have
Yes.
a good
Thank
weekend.
you. Bye.